What's up? It's Matt, the overall bargain hunter here. Today we're going to go to Texas Thrift. I sent some messages to other YouTubers. I heard back from about 4 about where they like to look in the thrift store to find bargains. So I'm going to look at those places and see what we find. The list today includes shoes, electronics, toys, and then media. Overall, we're going to have a good time. Let's hope we find some good stuff.
Made it here to Texas Thrift. Let's hope we find some good stuff inside. So the first section that I'm looking at is the shoe section. They actually have quite a large shoe section here at Texas Thrift. They're not really organized as far as how they put the shoes out, but it was easy enough to go through them. A lot of their shoes were in really bad shape. Like the soles of these ones are not in great shape, and the cost was like still $20 for a pair of used shoes, which is not overly expensive, but for something that's not in good shape, it's not really worth it. I found these which had really good bottoms and were in good condition, no tearing or stains that I could see, so I went ahead and put them in the cart. I think they were listed at $20, so I was going to look those comps up in a little bit. I kept going here. I found a pair of Jordans, which were I think $25. Again, they were in good condition, so I went ahead and put those in the cart as well to look them up. The next thing that caught my eye was this pair of Merrells. I've seen other YouTubers do well with Merrells, so I wanted to check them out. They were in okay condition, but then when I looked off to the side, I could see that they were almost worn through completely in one spot, so there was like a little hole. So I decided to pass because again, these were $25 and I didn't think it was worth it at that price. These are a pair of Nike Air Maxes and they're in really good shape. They didn't really have any stains. The tread on the bottom was in good condition. The laces were in good shape. This is another pair that I decided to put in my cart and look up. The last area that I looked in shoes, there wasn't a whole lot that caught my eye here. I'll be honest, I edit out a lot of my video because I spent over 30 minutes just in this little shoe section. So the only pair of shoes that I ended up taking was this pair of Nike Air Maxes. The Jordans, I couldn't find any that looked anything like it online. And then the Nike training, the comps were only at 30 and they wanted 20 for them, so it wasn't really worth it. So from there I moved to the electronics section, which is only this one row at this Texas Thrift store. They had some DVD players and keyboards and monitors, things like that. I was just kind of looking around. I was really looking for like a DVD VHS combo because I've seen people do well with those. Unfortunately, I didn't find any of those. What did catch my eye were these 5-disc changers. So they had this Pioneer one that I'm about to pick up here. And it looked like it was in good shape. The sold comps were not bad on it, and it was only, I think, $13. The issue was they don't have a testing station here at this one, and I wasn't really willing to risk it because of the weight and everything like that. Then I saw this Sony one, and the comps were a little bit better on this one 5-disc changer. Unfortunately, when I picked it up, you could hear stuff just rattling around inside, so clearly it was not working. It definitely shouldn't just be rattling around when you pick it up. The last thing that I looked at was this Sony Blu-ray player, which had the remote, which is nice. The problem was it did not have the power cord, and I looked around and could not find it, so that's something that I ended up putting back. The electronics section was disappointing and I didn't end up getting anything from it. So from there I decided to go ahead and check out toys. The first part of toys that I looked at were the board games, and I don't usually buy used board games, especially if they're not sealed, but I still decided to go down this aisle just to see if anything caught my eye, but unfortunately there wasn't much there, and what was there looked like it was in rough condition. In the toys, the first thing that caught my eye, of course, was a Nerf gun because I really like Nerf guns. It was $7 though, and it was broken, so it wouldn't even pump or anything. So it definitely wasn't worth it. It probably wouldn't have been something I would have bought anyway, but it's something that always catches my eye. If you look at the shelves here in the toy section, you'll see that a lot of the shelving is empty, and what was there was a lot of broken stuff or stuff that was just missing pieces. So I go down to the next aisle and it's the same thing. Most of the shelving is empty. There's not a lot to choose from, and what is there definitely was not worth it. So unfortunately, just like the electronics section, the toy section was a little bit disappointing. There wasn't anything that I ended up purchasing. So the last section that I checked out is the media section, and I'm really looking for box sets like TV shows, like a whole season of a TV show, because I've seen people do well with those. The first thing that catches my eye are these season box sets of the show 24. They had seasons 1 and 4, so I went ahead and put those in my cart to look up. The next thing that I saw was this Private Practice first season. I went ahead and checked that out, and it was something that I went ahead and put in my cart to look up as well. The box sets were only $4, which I didn't think was too bad, depending on what the comps look like, which I was going to look up. The thing with the DVDs is you do need to actually open each case to make sure the DVDs are there, and then actually look at the DVDs to make sure they're not scratched up or anything. The next thing that I found was this Law & Order SVU Special Victims Unit Season 11. And again, I check it out to make sure that the discs are there, and I do eventually look at the back of the disc when I'm looking up at the comps. Again, I do a lot of editing out of this because I spent another 30 to 45 minutes in the DVD section going through and trying to find some good deals. But this is one that I decided to go ahead and hold on to, so I went ahead and put that in the cart as well. Then I saw this Dark Knight Trilogy Special Edition. It has all 3 movies with special features, and I just thought that was really cool, so that's another thing that I went ahead and put in the cart so that I can look up comps on that as well. The last thing that I ended up picking up in the DVD section was this Planet Ocean Deluxe box set. It was sealed, which was nice, and it was only 99 cents. So I decided to go ahead and put that in the cart so I can check that out as well. I do keep looking through, but those were the ones that I ended up putting in the cart to look up comps. After I looked up comps, I went ahead and put back the 24 and the Private Practice. They did not have great sold comps, so the 3 that I am left with is the Planet Ocean Deluxe box set, the Dark Knight Trilogy, and Law & Order SVU. Alright, so we made it home from Texas Thrift. The last time I went, I was really disappointed, and this time was kind of the same thing, but we did find a couple of things. Hopefully we did okay. So when I was there, I had 3 DVDs that I kind of liked. The only reason I got this one, this Planet Ocean Deluxe box set, is because it was only 99 cents and it is sealed. The sold comps were about $10 on eBay, but there wasn't very good sell-through rate, so I figured it was only $1, I might as well give it a shot. The next thing that I found was the Dark Knight Trilogy Special Edition. It was only $3, and it comes with all 3 of those movies, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. I really just thought it was worth it because it comes with all of these different discs with the special features and the movies. The other DVD that was on the video was Law & Order SVU Season 11. Unfortunately, it didn't have a tag like one of these on it, and they said they cannot sell it without that tag, so I wasn't able to get that. The sold comps on that were pretty good, like about $20 for that season, so it was a little unfortunate that I wasn't able to get that, but that's okay. Unfortunately, in the electronics and the other sections, I didn't find a whole lot. The only other thing that I found was in the shoe section, and there were a few shoes that I looked at, but these were the ones that I ended up buying. These are Nike Air Max, and I did look up the UPC on eBay, and it did have pretty good sold comps, and I'll put that up here, which is the only reason I ended up getting them. The tread on them looks really nice. Overall condition looks really good. I'm gonna clean them up a little bit to kind of see if we can get them more white and clean. Not a very big haul today. These were the only 3 items that we ended up with, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll do good. Honestly, these shoes cost $25, which is more than I've ever spent on one single item at the thrift store, but I'm hoping that I also sell them for more than I've ever sold one single item at a thrift store, because if you saw those comps, they can sell for over $100. So I'm really hoping to do that. I'm hoping to get at least 75 for them. So those were my finds today. I didn't find a whole lot, but I'm really hoping that those shoes can turn into quite a bit of profit for me. The DVDs might be profitable, but they might take a while to sell, so we'll see how it goes. Overall, I had a good time trying to find the different things and going to those different sections. It was a little disappointing about the quality of stuff at Texas Thrift. Not only was there not a lot of stuff, but most of the stuff that they had was not in good condition. I wanted to try Texas Thrift again. I hadn't been there in a while, but it's probably one that I'll take out of my rotation, and I'll stick to some of the other thrift stores. The Goodwill bin store I like to go to. I end up finding good profit because the items are by weight, and it's a lot less expensive there. So I'll probably do that one again soon. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's the way we grow the channel. As always, I appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. This is Matt, the Overall Bargain Hunter, signing out. See you guys next time.